Suddenly, large rooms are easy to style. The more space you have, the more you can do with it. This is what most people think. But is it true? Although large rooms are great, that doesn't mean a smaller room can't be styled. You just need to know what you're doing. In this video, we'll be giving you 20 easy ideas to style a small room that you can try out today. 20. When your room is on the smaller side, you need to try out creative ways to distract the eye from the lack of floor space. One of the best ways to do that is to draw the eye somewhere else. Go floor to ceiling to make a unique statement and draw the eye upwards by choosing wallpaper with a bold design and put it all over one of the walls. The pattern will be a great distraction and will also add a touch of style to the room without making it look cluttered. 19. Whether you're in college or you're working from home, you know how important it is to have a proper desk setup in your room. The problem with small rooms, however, is that you usually only have space for either a desk or a bed, but not both. You can easily remedy this problem by getting a loft bed and setting up your desk space right under it. It's less visual clutter, looks great, and it's functional. Best of all the worlds. 18. If you own a lot of stuff, you might struggle with finding a place to put everything. This usually leads to the creation of the chair that holds random articles of clothing and all the knickknacks that can't go anywhere else. There's nothing that cramps a room's style more than the chair. A great alternative is to get a bed with built-in storage. This way, you can easily store all of your extra things out of sight, and your room will look clutter-free, allowing the decor of the room to be the focus. 17. A small room can be styled using different colors, but nothing really beats the look of a light and airy bedroom. Keeping things light by using whites, creams, and golds as your main colors allows natural light to bounce around in the room. This helps open the space up and makes it look a little bit bigger. Plus, it gives you all the zen vibes your heart desires. 16. One of the biggest styling struggles of having a small room is that there aren't a lot of surfaces to work with. You probably have your bed taking up most of the room, and if you're lucky, you can fit in some side tables. But other than that, there isn't a lot you can do. A great way to give yourself more to work with is to install floating shelves above your bed. These can act as little perches for you to display books, plants, decor pieces, or art. 15. Space look bigger. That's actually not the only way to go. If you're trying to restyle the space, one of the best things you can do is flip to the other side of the color palette. If you're bored of having all white everything, try out this navy blue paint instead. It can give your room a whole new look instantly. 14. In the limited space you have, usually one or two big pieces of furniture will be taking up most of the room. Typically, one of those pieces is your bed, but instead of having a small bed to try and fit other things around it, you could try the opposite and get a giant statement bed. Make it part of the decor, not just a surface to sleep on. A statement bed will automatically do half of the styling of your room for you. Match it with little decor pieces around the rest of the room, and your room will look like it's straight out of a magazine, even if it is super small. 13. Lighting is always something you can play with when you're styling any type of room, and this includes small bedrooms. Although you can try out regular floor lighting as well, a pair of wall sconces on either side of your headboard add a special touch of sophistication that can be difficult to achieve with any other type of lighting. Plus, you get to forego regular table lamps and free up more space on your nightstand. 12. When you don't have a lot of room to work with, you have to make sure that the essential things in your room work well together. It's also important to make the space as visually interesting as possible. An easy way to do that is by playing around with textures. Try adding a textured wallpaper and a carpet or rug. This instantly makes the room look more well thought out and styled than it actually is. 11. We've gone over how important lighting can be when styling a room. If you're looking to add a unique factor to the space, try layering the lighting in your room. For example, opting for a lamp on your nightstand and a wall sconce can make your room look professionally styled because the average person rarely takes that kind of style risk. Plus, you get the benefit of twice the lighting. 10. Some small rooms aren't just small, They're also weirdly shaped. One of the most common weird shapes is a really long rectangle. This type of bedroom can be a nightmare to style, and the nightmare only gets worse if you have to house 2 people in it. A great way to get around this is to get 2 twin beds instead of trying to squish 1 queen in the corner. Set the beds up facing away from each other, and not only will you have fit the beds in and given each person a space for themselves, but it will also give your room a unique visual design. 9. When you're working with a small bedroom, it can be hard to add style elements that either won't clash with the space or mess with the functionality. But that doesn't mean that you can't have large design elements. One way to change things up is to try out a canopy bed. You can add a canopy to your existing bed, or you can buy a new bed that includes a canopy. These are great because they section off your sleeping space when the canopy is down, and they just look airy and beautiful when the canopy is pulled back. 8. You might see the word oversized and think, that can't be for a small bedroom. But it is. Art that's hung on the walls doesn't take up any floor space, so all you really need is an empty wall. This will work even better if you have a short headboard, because then you can take a giant piece of art and hang it right above your bed. It will also add interest to your wall and draw the eye upward, away from the floor, adding to the illusion of a larger space. 7. Nightstands are pretty essential, but unfortunately, a lot of small rooms don't have enough space to accommodate an entire nightstand on the floor. In this case, you can take advantage of the wall space and opt for a wall-mounted nightstand as a great alternative. You can get them in a variety of sizes according to the space you have available. They don't take up floor space, and they add a truly unique visual to the room, providing both style and functionality. 6. Typically, chandeliers are giant light fixtures that are hung in living rooms or big, open spaces. It's easy to forget, though, that scale is everything. You can totally use a chandelier in a small bedroom. As long as it's the right size, you can go all out with styling your room around a great chandelier. Just replace your ceiling light with a chandelier, and you'll instantly have a room that looks entirely different and very elegant. 5. If you really want to cut back on the size of the furniture in your room so you can have more space to style, swap out a regular bed for a day bed. These are great because they give you more creative freedom to set the space up as a day space or a night space, or a mix of both. An added benefit is that day beds are some of the easiest pieces of furniture to style. Just cover it with tons of throw pillows in the daytime and then switch to pillows at night. 4. When you're trying to style a small bedroom, you might automatically be drawn to simple wallpapers with not a lot of design. This is because the common line of thought is that if the wallpaper is too busy, it'll take over the room and somehow make it look smaller. That's not really the case. You can make your room really stand out if you go for a patterned wallpaper all over your room. Just be sure to balance it out with simpler bedding and decor. 3. In small bedrooms, remember that your space doesn't end at the floor. You have to take advantage of every single surface you have. You can easily take some long pieces of molding or thin wood pieces and add them to your ceiling. Alternatively, you could try sticking a patterned wallpaper on the ceiling to add an unexpected element of design there. These are easy to do and dramatically enhance the look of your room instantly. 2. Curtains are a necessary part of every room. Even so, they're often overlooked when it comes to styling the room. A great way to easily update the look is to reposition the curtain rod almost all the way up to the ceiling. Trust us, take your curtains as high as possible. It'll give the room an updated, regal look without having to do a lot of work. 1. Adding mirrors to any space is a good styling idea, but especially when you're working with a smaller space. They'll reflect the light and give the illusion of a bigger space. An antique mirror in particular adds a little bit of glamour to an otherwise average room. If antique doesn't fit your aesthetic, go for a simple full-sized mirror, or even a bunch of tiny hexagon ones. The world of mirrors is your oyster. You're bound to find one that fits your style perfectly. Just bring it in, and voila! Your room looks brand new. And that's a wrap for 20 of the easiest ideas to style a small bedroom. Which one of these was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one!